Hi, I'm Scott Engel, Managing Director of RotoExperts.com. I am the king. I am fantasy, and we're here for the Week 5 Royal Tips, along with the Prince, Adam Ronis, who may one day be heir to the fantasy throne.
Maybe a lot sooner than you think. I'm getting ready to overthrow the kingdom. So in a few weeks, that crown might be on my head. So pay attention.
Well, I don't think you want. I don't think you'd be ready to wear this crown. I mean, the young ones, they get so uppity. I might have to bar you from our Sirius XM radio show if you keep this up.
Well, that's not a threat to me. That's actually a good thing. I don't have to work with you for an extra hour. I'll take it.
Okay, I'm going to bar you from Wednesdays from 10 to 11
Sounds good.
when I do my hockey show with Jeremy
That's
Ronan.
fine
How
with
about
me.
that? Okay, you're barred. Okay, let's do the Week 5 Royal Tips. Let's start out at quarterback. A lot of people having to make difficult choices this week because Michael Vick injured, Tom Brady out, Ben Roethlisberger not back, and you look at Detroit and St. Louis, and quarterbacks are really good on both sides of the matchup here. And check out Roto Radio, the latest war room with Doug Anderson and Nabate Isles, and they interview former NFL player Merton Hanks, who's a fantasy player himself. And Merton said that he feels right now that Bradford is so incredibly accurate for a rookie quarterback. And Bradford, obviously the good matchup against Detroit, but I was starting to wonder, 3 of the first 4 games at home, comfort factor, going on the road against a team that's dangerous, that needs a win. Maybe Bradford isn't that good of a start, but probably the worst case scenario you'd probably see here is about 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions.
I could certainly see it. The Lions secondary hasn't stopped anybody, but the bottom line is the Rams have a lot of confidence in Bradford. They are letting him throw the ball. I couldn't believe how many passes they let him throw in week 1. Over 50 for a rookie in his debut. So the Rams have a lot of faith in him, and I love what I see from Bradford for a rookie. I mean, he's going to throw interceptions. It will happen. He has to learn. He's going to make mistakes. But this week, with all the quarterbacks out, including Jay Cutler, one that you admitted, I think Bradford's a good start this week. On the other side of the ball, Shaun Hill, also a solid start. Now, look, the Rams' defense is a lot better than people think. They've been playing well, but the Lions have allowed Shaun Hill to throw the ball a lot. And if he's going to put up 40 passes once again, the numbers will be there. He is also throwing interceptions, but with a weapon like Calvin Johnson, he should be able to throw a couple touchdowns as well.
Now, running back Ryan Terrain finally gets his opportunity with the Washington Redskins. I think you have to take it on a week-to-week basis with Ryan Terrain because he's very physical, which means he's going to break tacklers, shed tackles, but that could also lead to injuries. But you have to plug in Terrain as a running back too this week. But then there are some other guys who maybe it's less clear. Well, now we recently got news of Peyton Hillis, maybe possibly not playing this week. I feel Jerome Harris is an overrated. Opportunity doesn't lead to production. We've seen what Harrison cannot do in the past, and I think you have to scout a guy like LeGarrette Blount. He may get some goal line carries, but I don't think you plug him in right away.
Yeah, Blount's a guy that you keep on your roster, and you see how Tampa utilizes him, because right now they have 4 backs in the mix with Cadillac Williams, Ernest Graham, and Kareem Huggins, who was the big buzz in the preseason, but he's been injured. He's set to come back. But I like what I saw from Blount against the Steelers. I mean, nobody really runs on the Steelers. He was physical, scored a touchdown, and he's going to get short yardage and goal line carries. If you're in a very deep 16-team league, you might have to play him this week. Otherwise, keep him on your bench and see how his role grows over the next few weeks.
Wide receiver Austin Collie now injured. Pierre Garcon coming back. Garcon may start, so Peyton Manning is going to get him the ball, but Blair White has been healthy, and he looks for him in the red zone. Blair White could be a deep sleeper in Week 5.
Yeah, in a very deep league, because Manning will hit anybody. He makes every receiver around him a solid fantasy option. I mean, who would have thought a couple weeks ago and Blair White came through? Garcon, I think a lot of people gave up on him. I mean, I've seen it from emails and callers. People thought that Collie just overtook him. Don't look at it like that. I mean, Garcon, to me, if you can buy low on him right now, I would. He might start this week, and I think he'll still be involved. I mean, Manning was targeting him the first couple weeks. Yes, he did drop a couple passes, but Garcon was very productive last year, and I think Manning does have faith on him, so don't give up on Garcon, who could be a very good option this week.
And if you have to reach very deep, Lee Evans is due for a good game. Ryan Fitzpatrick will get him the ball against Jacksonville.
Yeah, you know what? Every week I'm like, okay, Evans has to have a good week. He is so talented. The Bills' offense has certainly brought him down. But if there's any week that you want to gamble put Evans in the lineup, I think it is this week. Number one, the Jaguars don't have a good pass rush. Number two, they can't cover anybody.
Very undisciplined.
So maybe this is the week finally that we see Evans score a touchdown and give you that big play. I know it's a risk, but with bye weeks and injuries, Evans might be a good desperation play here this week.
And at tight end, just one name we want to share with you. Owen Daniel still not 100%. Houston's going to throw the ball. Joel Dressen, a good desperation start.
Certainly. I mean, last week he was targeted frequently. And also, not only because of the tight end situation, look at the wide receivers. Andre Johnson, a game-time decision. Jacoby Jones with the calf injury, a game-time decision. Schaub likes going to his tight ends. That could open up for Dress in a very deep league. Could be a nice sleeper this week.
All right. Thank you for spending some time here with me in the Palace. And now you can cross the moat back to your PC and do your lineups. I'm Scott Engel with the Week 5 Royal Tips. He is Adam the Prince Ronis, barred 1 hour a week, but he'll have to deal with it. We'll see you next week with our waiver tips.